Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. Thank you for joining me today. This is the cute card we're making. Isn't it lovely? It's this Christmas tree set on this lovely fa la la background paper. And here we have the wonderful dies that go with the stamp set called Merriest Trees. And you can see you get 101 different dies to cut out everything else. You get different size trees, all sorts of wonderful goodies. So we're going to start to make this card, and I've got everything set up in my Stamparatus, and I know that the Stamparatus is retired, but I still use it a lot because I find it so useful to do lots of stamping at once. And we're going to stamp up this tree, and we're going to stamp up our sentiment, and we're doing all of this in shaded spruce ink. So let's just stamp that, give it a nice press down. Whoops, perfect, lovely. Well, I'm going to have another go with the sentiment. Lovely. So close that up, set that aside, give everything a quick clean up, because it's always good to clean up as you go along. Then you reduce the chances of messes. So let's set aside our Stamparatus. And here is the Merry and Bright stamp set that we used for our sentiments. That was Merry Christmas. I love it. One of my favourites. And here is the other stamp set, Merriest Trees. And you can see here you've got all sorts of different stamps. And we're going to be using that now to stamp all of our presents and bows. You can also see there you've got a sentiment that you can actually stamp in the middle of a die cut tree. You've got a lot of variety. And the colours I'm going to use here are Real Red. And we're going to be using some Lost Lagoon as well. So let's stamp those. You can see here I'm just stamping the different presents with my block. You've got lots of different presents here in this set, and you've also got some lights, and you've also got tree tinsel and baubles and all sorts of different things to decorate your tree, stars, bows, everything to decorate your tree as you could hope to wish. So you can make it look really full, or you can have a more minimalist tree. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong way. Just go ahead and have a good play with it. You can see how I've got a ton of presents already, but I am going to add a few more. And then I'm going to add these bows in different colours. And then I've got some here in Real Red. And then there's two different types of bows I'm going to use. Here's this one. And stamping a few of those. Usually stamp more than I might need, but no harm in doing that. So let's close up all our ink pads, because that's our stamping done. Well, not quite, sorry. We still got to stamp the trunk or the stem for our tree. So I'm doing that now in Early Espresso. So let's just stamp that there. Lovely jubbly. That's all done. Now I've die cut everything out using the matching dies. I also used this extra die here, as you can see, to die cut out what looks like little strands of tinsel or whatever you might want it to look like. So we've done that. So let's put everything back on our magnetic sheet. This is how I store my dies, all on the magnetic sheet, and then I put it back into its little home here, and that keeps everything nice and safe. So now we're ready to assemble our card. So our card base here is basic white, and this is thick basic white. Standard A6 card base, that's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And the designer series paper is the Berry Christmas is one of them, and this one is actually not Berry Christmas. This is the Merry Bold and Bright, I should rather say, designer series paper. And you'll be able to see here how well the green looks against the red, because they're complementary colours. Now I'm going to pop up my tree using a lot of dimensionals. I am generous with my dimensions, so you can see here I'm just going to pop that up, and then adding a few little baby ones at the top. I'm going to take all these backings off, something I don't enjoy, but it does have to be done. So let's get them all off. And I do like the look of things that have some dimension that are popped up. I don't like a card to look totally flat. I think it's nice when there's difference in texture and heights and such like. You can see here all my little presents are cut out. And I'm just deciding where I want my tree. So I can decide where I'm going to have to put the stalk or the stem or the trunk, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Get rid of those backings, and I'm just going to put my sentiment down first now, and I'm going to use some of our edges quickly to do that. Edges of the dimension are always useful. Always make sure you use them up. They're good dimension, so I don't want to waste them. So let's put that down. And I love these sentiments because they're so easy just to cut out with a pair of scissors. Really simple, but really lovely font. I'm really happy with them. They're going to stay in my stash for quite a bit of time, I think. So now I'm just going to arrange my presents along the bottom here. See what arrangement looks half nice to me. So trying to make sure I don't have too many colours sitting next door to each other. Some ones will be standing on the head, some flat. And I'm just counting how many I've got here, because I always like to have sort of uneven numbers. I think they look better. So we've got everything down now. And then we're going to sort of pull it all away and hope we can remember where everything was. And now we're going to see, we're going to pop up some of them. Some of them we're going to have lying flat. We can tuck, and I'm only putting dimensions on the very center of the flowers, of the presents rather, so that you can tuck things in at the sides or the top, wherever. And let's see here, put this little one down there, and then get some more dimensionals here. And I'm going to tuck this one here. I think this is where I decide we need more presents. You can never have enough presents underneath the tree. We always need more, don't we? I always love the look of presents under the tree. Almost more than actually opening the presents, but there you go, that's me. I love wrapping up. Do you like wrapping up, or do you hate it? Is it the bane of your life? I love to wrap up. Absolutely adore it. It's one of my favourite parts of Christmas, is doing all the wrapping and making everything look pretty and all that sort of stuff. I love playing around with the ribbon and the paper and making it look nice and decorating for Christmas. I enjoy it. I know not everyone does, but I definitely do. Now I'm just putting little dobs of glue here and there, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. Here you go, to just try and place my bows where I might want them. So there we go. Sort of alternating the colours so that they pop against the background. Let's see what I've got left. That doesn't want to stay. I think we're happy there. No, we're going to put one more bow down there. I thought we would. And let's see. We're going to have this little red one down there. And we want another one in there. Okay. Enough is good as a feast. Now we're ready to put down our little pieces of tinsel here. And I'm just going to lay them down sort of, so I sort of know roughly where I want them to go. Obviously larger ones at the bottom, smaller ones at the top. Something like that will do the trick. Now you could cut this out of any paper you have. This would be really nice to cut out of a speciality paper like gold foil or red foil or something like that. That would look really nice. I do have some gold glitter paper on order that I want to use. I hoped it would get here in time to do this project, but unfortunately it didn't. So I've used real red cardstock to do this, but I think it'll look absolutely fabulous with a glittered cardstock. It would just look so cute. Okay, so let's put these down. I'm just using a tiny amount of Tombow on the back, and I'm using my reverse tweezers here, as you can see, just to help place things and hopefully not get my fingers too covered up in glue. But as you know me, I'm quite good at sticking my fingers in the glue. I have quite the talent for it. Do you do that as well? let me know. So there you go. There are the 2 cards done. So I hope you liked them. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any more information, it's all in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.